afternoon, everyone. Hope you are doing well. So, in today's video, we will be talking about using bananas potentially as plant fertilizer. Now, to give some background, as I always like to do, bananas are chock full with nutrients. They are nutrient dense fruit full of healthy sugars, soluble fiber, which is especially beneficial in helping to control blood sugar levels and blood cholesterol levels. But it is also rich in a particular nutrient known as potassium. Now, potassium is as important to plants as, say, carbohydrates, proteins, and fats are to us. Potassium forms one of the three major macronutrients in plants, the two others being nitrogen and phosphorus. So, oftentimes, when we are talking about plant fertilizers, you will hear things about NPK. Those are the chemical symbols for nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. Now, potassium has many roles in plants, not limited to it helps to improve the plant's resistance to disease and pests, as well as promoting stronger stems. But for the purpose of today, we are focusing on the role of potassium in promoting blooms, flowers, and subsequently fruit, which is particularly important if you are growing fruiting vegetables like cucumbers or sweet peppers or even tomatoes, because these flowers eventually produce the fruit. So, given that bananas are rich in potassium and plants need that potassium, and we're trying to promote good flowers and eventually fruit in our fruiting crops, then it makes sense to try to create a fertilizer derived from a potassium-rich food such as bananas. So that is what we will be testing out today. We will be creating a banana peel based fertilizer. So here we have some bananas, and to prep for the fertilizer, I peel them and store the peels in a Ziploc bag in the fridge. The next step is to cut up the peels. So I have about maybe 5 banana peels inside here. And it's simply chopping up the peels into small bits to increase the surface area and help them ferment more quickly. Don't be too concerned about cutting skills, although I don't think my food and nutrition teacher would be too embarrassed with my knife work right now. But just cut it up into small pieces and then it will be ready for the next step. So now our peels are cupped up. The next step is to get a container, and preferably a container with a lid. In fact, you need a container with a lid. I just found this clear glass jar, but you could use any container that you have. You're going to add some water to the container. In my case, I use stale water. Well, not truly stale, but water I had been keeping in bottles for some time. And I will be adding about 1.5 plus half a liter, around 2 liters of water to this container. So the ratios I'm using for this recipe are 2 liters of water and 5 banana peels. The next step is to take those chopped up banana peels, place them in the water, easy as that. Stir it up a bit. Cover it with the lid, very important, and put it in a corner of your kitchen, out of sight, out of mind, to ferment for 3 to 4 days. So here we have a batch that I made 3 to 4 days ago, and this is what it looks like after it has fermented. So now you'll need a container, a strainer to remove the remnants of the banana peel. Get an appropriate size strainer for the container. Here we go. Much better. So now we are going to strain the... Goodness, not me trying to embarrass myself on the people's internet. Alright, off camera, I poured some into a measuring cup and I am going to pour that into the container. Crisis averted. Don't do like me, do better. So yes, we are going to pour the mixture through the strainer. As you can see, The filtrate is very viscous, it looks very thick and sticky, and that is what you would expect after the banana peels have fermented in the water for that amount of time. I'm shortening the video so that you won't be staring at me straining for minutes on end. So this is what it looks like after it has been strained. Now it's to dilute that mixture in some water. Most recipes I've seen online suggest adding 1 part of the banana mixture solution to 4 parts water, but in my case, I made it a bit more concentrated. I added 1 part to around 2 parts water. Hopefully it doesn't change anything too much. But yes, so as you saw, I used my funnel and I added it to my container. Next step, shake it up to mix it up, and it is ready to use. So the next step is to use the banana fertilizer. I made it specifically to test out my cucumbers, so I'm going straight ahead and adding the diluted banana fertilizer to my cucumbers. But in all fairness, this fertilizer should be able to benefit a variety of plants, which include roses, periwinkles, and any other flowering plant. Now you may be wondering what I do with the banana peel remnants. I compost them. So here I am simply adding them to my compost bucket. Please don't criticize the state of my bucket. Yes, I know it needs to be replaced. It will be replaced soon. But yes, easy peasy into the compost bucket. So I made and applied the fertilizer a week ago, and here are my plants and how they're looking. I don't know if the fertilizer is magic, but it sure did not hurt. So feel free to give it a try, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Take care, everyone. Happy growing.